Angel Reese, back in the gym, working on her pull-up, bang. Working on her midi, working on her mid-range game, 15 to 17 feet out, being able to create some space for herself. Yes, this looks embarrassingly slow. No, it is not in slow motion. This is just what we have to work with.
The Indiana Fever players have been working out hard during the offseason, and their workout videos have gone
Get it! Knockdown! Bang! Man, we got a fire on the poop deck. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! 4! Bang! Mayday! Mayday! Clear the runway! Brace for impact! AR-5 coming in heavy! Bang! Look alive, sunshine. Long 2, will it go through? Haha, no chance. Bang. Is it me, or is there only 2 rows behind the bench and they're like half full? I get better attendance on Monday nights in my men's league. Come on, man! Bang!
in contrast to the Fever's videos, which feature players like Aaliyah Boston honing their post moves and Lexi Hull enhancing her three-point shooting for real-life game scenarios. Reese's video features her acting like the next. If you're thrilled about the 2025 Fever, leave a comment below with the word champion. Let's go, we. Steph Curry's shooting three-pointers is a skill she definitely doesn't need, as she shot a miserable 44.5% from less than 5 feet last season. Let's talk about what's going on.
We got some footage from in the lab. That's right, she's in the damn gym. I'm just gonna keep it real. I guess hell has frozen over, but she is in the gym practicing shots. And as you can imagine, there's real reaction to this.
Did you notice how the entire
Indiana Fever team has been locked in? The gym all off season their workout. Videos aren't just going viral there, showing us exactly what championship preparation looks like. Unlike teams that just talk about putting in the work, the Fever players are documenting their transformation steps.
Good, how are you? So finally to meet you.
Yes.
The surgical accuracy in these training sessions is what really sticks out. Instead of merely shooting aimlessly, Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are focusing on refining their three-point shooting, finishing through contact, and creating complementary mid-range skills. You know what sets these videos apart from regular off-season content? Clark's vision on the court. Hull's focus is especially intriguing as she works on her catch and shoot technique and runs.
Fever family, it's Coach Keith Porter. Today I got Aaliyah Boston in the gym. We're been working on some footwork, getting up and down the floor. Just working on being better today.
Are you ready for my hit?
We'll make 5 out. Funny to you. I'm looking for do them backwards.
Yeah.
So eventually we're gonna get to like our whole set, but we're gonna isolate every single action and motion in it.
Yeah.
So this is just one of those fucked up.
Aaliyah following defensive adjustments by teams against her late in the previous season. Boston's training reveals yet another tale of strategic growth as she is retaliating by honing her left-hand post moves and creating a dependable floater. This is focus skill growth that specifically addresses the difficulties she encountered, not a random improvement. Boston is purposefully improving her game in addition to working physically.
Training about 4 or 5 days a week. A lot of young guns out there now that, they want to take your spot, and I don't blame them, but it's going to be hard because I'm going to go after it.
The most intriguing thing about these exercise videos is how well Lexi Hull's practice shots relate to real-world game scenarios. You're witnessing precisely how she will score next season when Clark pulls defenders and kicks the ball out. You're not just watching pointless drills. Every movement has a purpose, and every repetition has significance.
Lexi Hull being back in Indiana, in the gym, working out. We saw Keith Porter in there. We saw Lexi shooting her shots. We saw Lexi with reverse layups.
This isn't just players working out. It's a championship blueprint being created in real time, with each player strengthening their strengths and correcting their weaknesses within a system that works as a whole to optimize their combined skill. The Fever are systematically creating an offensive machine where every component fits flawlessly. Not just
Angel Reese back in the gym practicing the 15 to 17 foot, but we see a lot in the Angel Reese practice footage of her working on this type of game, right? There's not too many practice videos that have been released on the Angel Reese front that doesn't involve her working with Lisa Leslie, that you see her working on her post moves, working around finishing around the basket, finishing around.
Let's discuss the content of this video. Angel. The discrepancy between Ree's actual on-court shortcomings and her training has left both fans and analysts perplexed. Ree, a 6'3" post player who had a terrible season finishing at the rim, is seen practicing long two-pointers and three-pointers. You know, shots she hardly ever takes or makes in real games.
Nobody's guarding you. There's no chance you're gonna get your shot blocked if you take a three. Nobody's guarding you. There's like no way. How does she get her shot blocked all the time, man? I don't get it! Never seen a professional basketball player make a layup look so awkward, so uncoordinated. Goes off the wrong foot. Call it the poopity-scoopity shot. Bang! When little bro thinks he can play against the big bro. Who's your daddy? Bang! Angel, do the Dirk. Yeah, you know, the Dirk. That fall away. Do it. Yeah, look at that bag work. Bang! This league rocks. Bang!
Fans of the Chicago Sky are especially irritated. How come it's Angel Reese's PR team that is releasing this and not the Chicago Sky, said one fan bluntly. The critique indicates a fan base that comprehends basketball fundamentals better than the training being demonstrated. Another person brought attention to the obvious issue. She needs to improve her inside game, yet she is practicing shooting three-pointers when that is not her function.
Somebody on your left side, like Pope says, feel somebody on your left side, turn right. Feel somebody on your right side, turn left. We don't really see that with the Angel Reese workout videos. We see a lot of this, a lot of jump shots, set shots, catch and shoot, dribble, shot, dribble, pull up. Maybe we'll take it to the lane from 15 feet out on a drive, but not.
Reese's film noticeably lacks any indication of the Chicago Sky coaching staff. No formal development plan. Angel was given a camera and what seemed to be a hurriedly planned session intended more for social media than for real progress, with no expert advice or drills.
WNBA leveling up and all eyes on her now. I think that she knows that she has to completely restructure her form because that is not the way to be efficient in the post position that she is in. At the post position that she's in, a layup is supposed to be a given. She needs to improve her touch around the rim, like all over the place, but she seems to take these.
The fact that Reese seems to be disregarding basketball royalties advice is even more striking. According to reports, Lisa Leslie told.
Going into my season 2, what's some advice that you would give for me? Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your.
Although Shaquille O'Neal has provided similar advice on honing her inside game, she is launching jumpers rather than honing her post moves. The timing couldn't be clearer. This wasn't a planned development program, but rather a reactive reaction to the viral success of the Fever's real training videos. Basketball experts have criticized the video as being all flash and no substance, implying that it puts appearances before fixing real flaws.
Reese was my power forward, and he saw this chart that we're looking at right now, and I see that when she's close around the basket finishing on layups, she's shooting 42%. And when I see Camila Cardoso around the basket finishing on layups, bottom of the chart, folks, she's finishing at a 56% clip. Well, if I'm Tyler Marsh, I am saying to myself, okay, let's make sure that this paint is not congested. So when we hand it to our big girl, when we hand it to our higher pick of the two from the 2024 WNBA draft, when we hand it to the better finisher out of the two, when we hand it to the better player out of the two offensively, let's make sure this paint is open.
When basketball experts talk about letting the numbers speak, they're not kidding around. Behind Reese's slick Instagram workouts, there is a statistical reality that would make any shooting coach cringe. And the more you dig into the numbers, the more you realize that the player's struggles go far beyond the immediate basket area. You don't need to be a professional coach to recognize the issue when a player with fundamental finishing issues is working on the wrong skills entirely. This suggests either a lack of self-awareness or poor developmental guidance regarding a young player's career trajectory. For a post player's offensive arsenal, shooting less than 15% from 5 to 9 feet is disastrous. Consider that they only make 2 out of 10 shots.
It's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at layups. But I was looking at her stats, so I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad. And even worse than that is that shots from 5 to 9 feet.
The reflected mirage is especially illuminating. Due to these difficulties, Reese's own missed shots accounted for nearly 40% of her rebounds from the previous season. When this occurs so frequently, it produces a statistical illusion that inflates rebounding numbers while concealing one of the most inefficient finishing rates for a player of her height and position. It's basketball's equivalent of failing upward miss rebound miss again. Repetition.
Great. She can get back to building that brick house on the hoop like she did last year. With her shot release, I don't know how she gets any shots off. Well, you heard what I said. And look, the guy's being objectively just critical when it comes to basketball. With that release, how is she getting shots off? It's real slow. I mean, you know.
Reese's release point typically begins too low, sometimes at chest level, resulting in a pushing motion rather than a fluid shooting stroke. Professional shooting coaches have identified particular mechanical problems holding her back. Her propensity to cross her wrists when shooting makes matters worse because it throws off the alignment required for accuracy.